What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to this week's episode of P&Q, which is my question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me, then I respond the following week. Now you can do this one of four ways. You can put your comments or questions down below in the comments section, or you can email me directly at miniwarzone@gmail.com. There's always a link in the video description below as well. Or if you ask a question on a video and I see that, I'll answer that here as well. Or if we meet in person and we talk about something, or raise a topic, or you ask me a question there and we talk about it, but I can answer that here as well if I feel it may be of interest to you guys. So, so that's the four ways. Now, of course, I don't have any, well, not of course, but I don't have any personal questions this week, but I do have 1, 2, 3 video questions, one of which is 8 parts long, so good job I got my cup of tea, because my voice may go. 1 email, then the comments from last week. So let's get on with the video questions. Right, first one comes from IdicBeer40k on his Q&A series he does. And he asks on there, what is your peak time of day that you watch YouTube videos? Now, for me, it's late at night. So between the hours of 10 and 1 o'clock in the morning, perhaps. That's an average, I suppose. I can go on longer. Sometimes I can not go on as long. Sometimes I don't bother at all if I'm completely crashed. But usually that's when I'm fatigued earlier in the day and I'm sleeping already before that point. Other than that, because I don't sleep that well, I tend to watch most of my videos then. I do watch the occasional 1 or 2 at breakfast time in the morning, and of course I always watch the paint along videos whilst I'm hobbying, but they're usually only half an hour to an hour tops, so, and I run out of those real quick, so I guess the majority of the videos I watch of an evening, although I wish it was whilst I was painting. I really do. I wish people would do the paint along videos more, because they're my favourite, to be frank. They are my favourite type of video by far. The videos that you put on in the background whilst you're painting, and there's not enough of them out there, which is why I started doing it. It's why I started on the bench, because I felt I was putting out a video series that I would want to watch. So that's the kind of video I want to see, and there wasn't enough out there. They are out there, but there's not enough of them. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and to produce them myself. So, hope that answers your question. Cool question. Right, I'm thinking I need a sip of tea already. Feel my voice going. It's quite cold nowadays, isn't it? So the air it makes the back of my throat, dries it out, like the cold air. And that is my dehumidifier just kicking in. Because I've got a dehumidifier in here, which is good because it's what gives me my water. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before. I get all my water for filling down my paints from my dehumidifier. I've never ever, not once, filled up my water pot from the tap. Not since I've been out here in the studio. So I get all the water I need for that from the air. So that's really cool. Not that was a question, but right. Okay, so the next one is from Black Country Wargamer on his Ask My Audience videos. Now, as it was his last Ask My Audience, I guess, of the year, he's put 8 questions into one. So number 1, favourite game of the year you've played? Favourite game of the year? Just trying to think. It's a toss-up between 40k and Congo, but I'm going to say Congo is my favourite game I've played this year. Yes, I'll say Congo for that one. Alright, worst game of the year you've played. Worst game of the year. I'm going to have to say Mantic's Walking Dead All Out War. Not that it's a bad game, it's just not as good as, to me, as the other games I've played this year. Doesn't excite me as much. Best model kit you've put together this year. That's a tough one. Best model kit. I'm going to say Gilliman. From the... No. The best one I put together was Belisarius Call. Yes. Fantastic model. Absolutely gorgeous. Love that model so much. Love it to death. All the detail on it is just phenomenal. I love that kit. And it's nice to see that you can buy them separately now. So that's good. Best purchase this year would, for me, I'm going to say Dark Imperium. It's best in purchase for me this year. That said, I've got Necromunda now, so maybe that. Don't know because I haven't finished out the year yet, and I'm not even sure if I'm definitely going to be starting it up this year or not. Maybe I will. Maybe. We'll see. Might start it up on the quiet period when everyone's busy with Christmas and that kind of thing. Because I've got, there's not that many figures to paint, but if I take my time with them, it should be good. I'll be in good shape. Worst purchase this year. Worst purchase. I'm going to say Batman the Miniatures game. Not that it's bad, but because they updated it the same year, they re-released the new rules and I haven't got them yet. And it was a bit of a... I did a bit of a Games Workshop on me there with that one. So Night Models, not the most... Well, I don't think you're the best company in the world, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. Not just for that reason. There's other reasons. But yeah. Favourite series of videos you've done / watched on YouTube? Well, my favourite series of videos I do is a tie between these P&Qs and my On the Bench series, where I just paint along with you guys, that you put me on in the background, and we get stuff done together. Because that is how I get the majority of my work done on this bench here. I can't say tutorials. I love doing them, but they're very hard work. Very hard work. I find hard work to do. So whereas P&Qs on the benches is pretty much just turn the camera on and go, and I like that. It's nice. It's sweet. It gives me puts me in a nice frame of mind. Puts me in a nice place. So what's the favourite series of videos I've watched on YouTube? That would be Mini Wargamer J's Painting with Jay, which is a large part of the inspiration for my On the Bench series. So I want to say Painting with Jay. What's the best channel you've discovered this year? Come on, I can't say that. That's like you're asking me to choose between my children, man. I can't do that. Can you? Anyone out there with children? You can't choose between your kids. Well, maybe sometimes, but depends what they do. But no, you know what I'm saying. No, I can't choose, man. They're all good. All the ones I subscribe to and that I have equal admiration for, so I can't choose. What upcoming releases are you most looking forward to next year? Well, that would be anything Necromunda related, and I say that with quite a bit of confidence, I suppose. I told from the guy in my local Games Workshop that they should be doing and I say should be doing like all the houses and that, and obviously they're not going to get them all out this year, I shouldn't think. So next year they'll be doing more. And even if they didn't, I'm okay with that, because I've bought Necromunda now. I've got the box set, I've got the complete game, I've got everything I need. I mean, I've got the extra book that goes with it, and I'm set. It's like Space Hulk. It's a pity they never did any expansions for Space Hulk. That would have been super cool. That would have been cool beans. That really would. And but there you go. Not a problem. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Necromunda releases for next year. So, and that is the 8 that Black Country Wargamer has left. So thank you very much for that. That was a great series of questions. Loved that. Very enjoyable. See, I'm getting dry. Alright, the next video question is from the Nerd Life on his Q&A. He says, what would you most like to see from an FLGS, that's Friendly Local Gaming Store, if you were in my city? The store. What I'd most like to see, not so much from the store but from the website, is a user-friendly website, because a lot of the websites out there are just clunky, not user-friendly. They don't take PayPal, which is what most people like to use, especially for buying their toys with, I find. Or they don't have good pictures, of the products, or they try and sell you stuff that's not out yet, and then you've got to wait. I'd rather it just said, so that's what I would like to see. And obviously the obvious stuff, like the people friendly, you want people working for you that don't look like they're really constantly pissed off all the time. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. They're constantly irritated. Yeah, excuse my language there. Constantly irritated, because sometimes in these gaming shops they are. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Richard. I've got an email. I would like to ask, what is that huge chessboard type thing in the background? I'm looking at my monitor, looking for a chessboard type. Oh, you mean it's behind the bag now? That is my jugular arena. Jugular is played on a square based board, although it's in an arena. It's played on squares, bit like a chessboard, yeah, but not like chess. But it's the way they move the figures and stuff. Okay. Now on to the comments from last week. Yay! Frost and Fists. So he's kicking off this P&Q with his comment here. It says, great episode as always, my brother. Thank you. I'm always glad to catch your show. I myself prefer the neoprene mats, despite my attempts to try and get myself using dice trays or towers. Yeah, I know what you mean. I love dice trays, but dice towers I think are better suited, personally, I think they're better suited for board games, that kind of thing, you know what I mean? But I do love dice trays, and certain games, Congo in particular, suit dice trays. But I do find when I'm playing Warhammer 40k, I tend to use, I've got just like one big dice tray, and we just set that down on the end of the table and like to throw the dice in there, otherwise they go everywhere. Well, they do here anyway, they bounce all over the place. Okay, for next time, let's talk babes in black and white. If you had to pick one, do you prefer Samantha or Jeannie? That's from Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie. Take care, my brother. Well, definitely Samantha from Bewitched. She's got that cute nose, mouth thing going on. Yeah, I prefer Samantha from Bewitched, definitely. Those are old programs. They did used to come on. They did used to air in the UK though, and I do remember watching them when I was younger. But yeah, out of the two, I would say Samantha is my favourite. We're going to choose one. Absolutely right. So that's that. I'm done. Right. Idic Beer 40k is the next comment that was left on the video from last week. It says, nice one, Pete. Glad to hear you're watching Trek now. How do you feel about the spore drive technology? Well, I've only seen, I don't know, 4 episodes? Oh, I don't know. I've not seen all the series yet. But at the moment, I think it's immoral. Very immoral and wrong what they're doing. But you can tell that it's set, you know, pre-Next Generation, because they wouldn't be doing that sort of thing, you know, with First Contact and all that. I mean, they'd be trying to initiate First Contact protocol, wouldn't they, with a new life form, not trying to torture it into making their ship fly better. They'd be trying to communicate with it and nurture it, and establish communications and relations, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. That's what they would do. But no, not in that one, because there's like, yeah, no, I want it done. We're at war. Yeah. Obviously I haven't seen all of them yet, but, you know, so I'll see how that pans out. But at the moment I'm thinking it's wrong and immoral what they're doing. Bad people. Right, Super War Gamer says, what do you think of my video? I did watch it, but what video was it? Was it about the tournaments? I remember clicking on it and watching the video. I had to drag this comment out of the because I think it's spam, because you put a link in it. So whenever you put a link on a comment, YouTube automatically thinks it's spam. So I've never played in a 40k tournament. I don't want to play in a 40k tournament, but that said, that's not saying I won't ever play in a 40k tournament. I probably will in the future, just to say that I have played in a tournament, but it's not high on my list of priorities right now. I'd probably be more inclined to play in a War Machine or Hordes tournament, because I feel I know the meta better than 40k. That's all. That's the only reason. And I think in the tournament play, I think you need to know the meta well if you're going to stand any sort of chance. Even at just having a laugh, I think you need to know the meta well. I can't remember the video with the link, but I know I did watch it. I may have even watched it before the comment, but because I'm sure I went to it and went, oh, it's that video. Yeah, it was a good video, whatever video it was. Trust me. Alex attempts tabletop. Good P&Q man. Always enjoy listening to these. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And same to you. Jim White. And this is the last question now. Jim White says, who is your inspiration for your car cast series? Well, watched a load of them. Quite a few people do them. But I suppose my main influence would be Stephen from Spider666. Go on YouTube. On his Road 2 series. I suppose that's the biggest inspiration for my CarCast series, and I will be doing more of them. But yeah, because I've got to drive out to my wife's work later next week, will be this week for you when this goes up. So I'm taking the office tree decoration things out, because we've got a spare tree and we don't know what to do with it. Just while, you know, my wife said, oh, I can take it into work and set it up there, and I've done that before for her in previous jobs as well. She used to work for solicitors, and I set it up for them in there. And I just, you know, just one of those things. I mean, nobody wants to be really setting up trees and decorations in their work. Well, they might do, I don't know, but so I'll go and do that. Yeah, might as well be me. But yeah, so yeah, Stephen from the Spider's Web. So check out Spider 666, the Road 2 series. That is the biggest inspiration, I suppose. Though a lot of people do them, and I think, oh, you know, I wouldn't mind doing that myself sometime. And now I am. There we go. Thank you very much, everyone. That's all the questions for this week. Nice lot of questions this week. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. So keep them coming. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get future updates, blah blah blah, all that usual stuff. And remember, all brushes lead to war. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.